It's night in the city, and I'm on my way back home. Humming on my favorite ditty, swinging like Natalie Cole. But then out of the blue, who strolls down the boulevard but you? Your place is closer than mine.
Hi guys, welcome to this Parisian weekend vlog. In my last vlog I showed you my favorite places in Paris, and this one will be dedicated to unmatched Parisian cultural scene. We planned a lot of cool things for this weekend and I'm very excited to take you with me. Let me introduce you to my husband Stas and our Labradoodle puppy Zephyr, this vlog's co-stars. Join us on this July weekend. We have very ambitious plans. I'll take you to the most beautiful opera house in the world for a contemporary ballet performance. I'll show you my favorite farmers market and a trendy pastry shop. I'll give you a sneak peek of the Bastille Day parade right from our backyard. And I'll bring you to the most unexpected event in a Parisian museum. As usual, there will be many insider hidden gems and tips from locals in Paris. On y va? Allez! So today we are going to a very unusual event to one of my favorite Parisian museums called Bourse de Commerce. Here it is, right next to me. And this is a museum of contemporary art which was established by Pinault, a French billionaire who owns Kering Group. This is a luxury fashion group which owns Yves Saint Laurent, Balenciaga and Gucci also, and many other luxury brands. And today we are going not to check the latest exhibition, but to meditate. What I really love about French museums is that sometimes they host very unusual events. So for example, a couple of years ago I went on a yoga session in the Louvre. So that one will be a very unusual meditation. Let's go and check it out. Why do I love this museum? Honestly, it's not a collection. It's the building itself, which is absolutely magical. Every time I come here, it feels slightly different because of the light. In the evening, it feels different than during the day. Today, for example, it was sunny for 10 minutes, casting these beautiful shades on the walls. Historically, this was a grain and commodities exchange. In 2016, Pinault secured a 50-year lease from Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo. Anyway, let's check out the meditation event. It is hosted by Laraji, if I pronounce it correctly, an American multi-instrumentalist and clearly very enlightened man.
So, how did you like it?
It exceeded all my expectations.
Because you had none, probably.
No, I did have some. I recently discovered the sound healing concept, and that guy was really good. And he was singing as well, not only playing, so that was quite impressive.
Did it help you or did it detract you from the experience?
Well...
And also all the laughter.
That was interesting. I did not manage to meditate, to be honest, but I managed to relax and enjoy the sound and him singing. That was really cool. What about you?
Yeah, I think at some point it became very moving, I should say. It's like, especially when the gong hit or when there were some very deep bass notes. I think I was shaking, you're literally. And the other thing I noticed is when you look up over there, so I was staring at the cupola for a while, and as you keep staring at it, it starts sort of shimmering and getting a bit colorful, etc. So might be the sound effects, or it might be just my brain.
Thanks for organizing this. Saturday mornings in Paris city center are amazing. Last time we were here, and in my previous vlog you've seen this place. It was fully packed with people. There was a big line. We were waiting for some time to get our coffee, and today there is literally no one.
So, sweetheart, you know what this coffee place is great for?
I don't.
It's for lazy Saturdays. I just came back to our neighborhood, to the 16th, because I wanted to stop by the farmers market before going to sports, to the Pilates class. And this market, I really love it because this, first of all, it is very close to the first apartment where we lived in Paris when we just arrived, more than 5 years ago. So I have all these sweet and warm memories. Basically, that's a pop-up market. So, which means that there are a lot of different farmers from either Île-de-France, which is the region where Paris is located, or Normandy or Brittany, so the closest regions of France. It is open 2 times per week, Wednesday and Saturday. It's really cool just to come and people watch, because a lot of locals come here, and you can see how people interact with each other, how they are choosing their products for a week, what are they choosing. There you can observe their conversations with locals. Let's go and check out my favorite merchants. First up, the dairy stand. These guys are always so nice. Twice a week they drive for 2 hours all the way from Saint-Escolas-sur-Sarthe. I managed to Paris to sell their products. It's all organic and their prices are very reasonable. They sell dairy products, eggs and meat from their own farm. Second stop, fruits and vegetables. There are multiple market stalls selling all types of greens, and they're always very fresh. You can also find a great selection of fish and seafood. I came to the market quite late today, around 11 a.m., so they are already running out of stock for some products. And the highlight of the farmers market is this cheesemonger. Have you heard the famous quote from Charles de Gaulle? How can you govern a country which has 264 varieties of cheese? Well, that was in the 1950s. Today, France officially has more than 1,000 types of cheese. Something which is very special about French, and something that kind of shocked me when I just arrived, that they come to farmers market not only to buy food for the week, but to socialize. A small talk, or maybe not even a small talk, but a long talk with your butcher is mandatory, no matter how big the line is and how many people are waiting for you. So you have to chat, and you will be asked like how you're doing, like especially if you're a regular customer. Sometimes they know what's your name, some stories about your children. They would be asking where you would go on vacation in August. I just came from this market and I bought some food, and all the conversations were around August vacation. People are sharing with each other where they plan to go. August is a month when almost nothing works in Paris, in France, so everyone is on vacation at least for 3 weeks. So that's a tradition, and I think this is kind of unshakable. No one can cancel August vacation. That's a mandatory thing here. So yeah, and there are a lot of conversations as well about the upcoming Olympics, and whether this market will be open or closed, because a lot of streets are closed here in Paris, especially in the central areas. So locals are complaining a lot that they cannot live their normal lives, that is uncomfortable, they can't do what they are used to do, go where they used to go. So here is what I bought. I live quite far away. It will take me 20 minutes to go home, so I didn't take a lot of things. So those are the beautiful cherries, some fruits,
and also you can't see it, but it's eggs and some dairy products. So coming back home. And before I come home, I want to check out one of my favorite pastry shops. It's called Cyril Lignac. It's the name of a pastry chef which is very popular here in France. And I will see how long the line is. And if it's not very long, maybe we will go and check it out together. It's very beautiful. So he's very famous for some types of pastries. And if you are in Paris, I highly recommend you to go and try it. So yeah, just figuring out the way. This is one of the most upscale pastry shops in Paris. It is also the tastiest and, in my view, the most stylish. If you are in Paris, this is a must-try. Cyril Lignac is well known in France, both for his pastries and Michelin-starred restaurants. My favorite of his is called Opéra. Anyway, I'm now heading to my Pilates class. I will take you with me next time because we have very exciting plans for the evening. I can't wait to show you the most imperial building in Paris, the Opéra Garnier. We are heading to the Opéra Garnier for a contemporary ballet. I wish I could show you this beautiful building, but there are some construction works. So you can enjoy this beautiful Samsung ad instead. The building has been in reconstruction for over a year, and I thought the plan was to finish by the Olympics, which are coming quite soon, in a week or so. But, as with the case of Notre Dame, the work is still ongoing. Beauty takes time. Anyway, the inside of this place is just breathtaking. For me personally, the main highlight is the ceiling, painted by Marc Chagall. Paris has two big opera houses. The Opéra Garnier, which has a more historical imperial vibe, and Opéra Bastille, which is more modern and has great acoustics, but way uglier. Watch out when you are buying tickets on the Opéra de Paris website. If you want to visit the oldest and the most beautiful building, triple check that you are buying tickets specifically for Opéra Garnier. Insider tip: if it's classical opera or ballet, it's likely performed at the uglier Bastille. And if it's contemporary, it's likely performed at Garnier. Even though this place is called an opera house, most of the performances here are ballet, and 3 out of 4 will be contemporary ones. Today we are watching Barbe Bleue, or Bluebeard in English, by the famous choreographer Pinault. This ballet was created back in 1977. It's a very intense performance, touching on many resonant subjects. Sometimes it's not very comfortable to watch even. I promised you some insider life hacks, so here you go. If you want to enjoy the intermission with a glass of champagne, consider booking it in advance. You can order your champagne or any other drink before the performance begins. During the break, there will be a table reserved for you with your food and drinks ready. This way you avoid long lines and can fully enjoy the experience. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. Pinault, I've never seen any of her mise en scène, how do you say it in English? Performances? No.
Any of her, not plays.
Any of her arts. Yeah. Any of her arts. So I think it was pretty educational. Other than that, a lot of harassment, sexual and physical, abusive relationships.
Of the artists, of the spectators?
Of the artists, obviously. I'm talking about the performance.
No, I'm joking.
Quite hard to watch. First hour was okay. Second hour was slightly too much for me. But I definitely don't regret coming. Good night, my dears. It's time to get ready for Sunday.
Today is a special day for the French, Bastille Day. The parade takes place just 150 meters from our house. Our neighborhood is cordoned off, so you can't get in unless you live here. So, let's go and check out the parade. And this is how it actually looked on TV.
So how was this 14th of July for you, sweetheart?
Was a really cool show. The coolest thing is that it was like right in our backyard. So because of the Olympics, they had to move it from the Champs-Élysées to Avenue Foch, which is very close to our house. And we are pretty uniquely positioned because normally they would not let people in. I see from here that there is a big crowd waiting outside, but we are kind of very close. The show was nice. I hope they won't have to put their skills in use. Yeah, and I really expected this colorful show with the planes, but it never happened. So I'm slightly disappointed with the last piece of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you set your expectations too high, you're almost always disappointed.
That's true.
Yeah. And the show was a little bit delayed, maybe by 10 to 15 minutes. So people around us were joking that it looks like the National Rail was organizing the shipment of the troops to the parade. But,
Yeah,
all right,
that
time
might
to walk
have
our
been
dog?
the case. Yeah.
Let's go. You know, the cool thing about the 14th of July parades is that they also always have this Republican Guard, the horse units. The less cool thing, if you live next to the parade, is this. Some fresh, very fresh military horse poop.
Our next stop for today is the Palais Galliera, a museum dedicated to fashion. It reopened its doors after its renovation following COVID, and since then I've been there for at least 6 times. Today is the last day of the photo exhibition by Italian fashion photographer Paolo Roversi. Why do I pronounce it in French? Roversi. He has worked with many fashion designers and famous models from Kate Moss to Natalia Vadianova. One more tip for visiting Parisian museums. Always buy your tickets online to avoid wasting time in the line. There is a separate line for online tickets, always. And here is a pro tip. If your ticket is scheduled for 2 p.m., you can enter between 2 and 2:30 p.m. Come at 2:20 to avoid the line of people with online tickets. Speaking from experience, that's the fastest way to get in. One of my guilty pleasures is spending time in museum stores and browsing through the beautiful books. I bought 3 postcards from this exhibition, and I will send you to those who leave the best comments to this video. Okay guys, I wasn't joking. I will select 3 comments under this video, so please write whatever you feel like. Any feedback, thoughts or provocative questions. On August 30, I will reply to your comment asking you to send me your email address, and I will send these postcards to you. Last highlight of the day, a long evening walk with our friends in Montmartre. They used to live here in this neighborhood, so we were guided by locals. Montmartre is very charming and vibrant, and today is a special day for the French, remember? It is the final of the Euro Football Cup, with Spain playing against England. And it's also Bastille Day. So, part of the crowd is watching football, while the other part is waiting for the fireworks. Traditionally, the fireworks are at the Eiffel Tower and they start at 11 p.m. We decided to go back home and not wait for the fireworks to start. But, surprise, surprise, the event was delayed, and we saw part of the show later from our place in the 16th arrondissement. And here is how it looked if you had a good spot. here is a full list of all places that I mentioned in this vlog. Stop this video for a second and take a screenshot for your next trip to Paris. That is all for today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And remember that comment you wanted to leave. I will be happy and delighted to send you this postcard from Paris. See you in the next vlog.